What you'll also have noticed in PowerPoint 2010 is that the menu bar has been replaced with the ribbon. The ribbon is this large panel that runs across the top of your screen. The ribbon is broken into tabs: the Home tab, the Insert tab, Design tab, Transitions tab, and so on. And I'll go back to the Home tab. Each tab is then broken into groups. This is the Clipboard group, and it's indicated by this embossed border. This is the Slides group, and it also has borders either side. And this is the Font group, Paragraph group, Drawing group, and Editing group. Now within each group are a number of command buttons. This is the New Slide command button, and this is the Layout command button. You'll notice that some groups actually have a little triangle in the bottom right corner of the particular group. If I was to click and then hit this little arrow here, what you'll do is you'll launch the Font dialog box launcher. And this is 2003's interface. If I cancel that, notice Paragraph group also has a Paragraph dialog box launcher. And if I click that, I launch the old Paragraph dialog box that was available in 2003. And so if you pick up literature and it refers to the Paragraph dialog box launcher, or the Drawing dialog box launcher, or even the Font dialog box launcher, it's this little arrow in the bottom right corner of some of the groups. Now, one of the most common emails and phone calls I still get is people losing the ribbon. Well, they're not actually losing the ribbon. What they're effectively doing by accident or otherwise is they're minimizing the ribbon. How this is achieved is if you double click one of these tabs, for example Home, then you'll actually minimize the ribbon, and effectively it looks like it's disappeared. If you double click Home again, you'll bring the ribbon back. So if you happen to accidentally double click one of these tabs, don't let it throw you that the ribbon has disappeared. Simply double click again and bring it back. Now the ribbon can also be customized in the same way as we customize the Quick Access toolbar. There's many ways to do this, but I guess the way I'm going to go is to click the File tab, known as the Backstage in the ribbon, and then to click Options. What you have on the left hand side is Customize Ribbon. If I click that, I'm then able to see my ribbon and I can create new tabs of my own. And within that tab I can create new groups and create my own commands. But for now, all I want to do is turn on a particular tab, which doesn't show by default. For example, as I look across here at my ribbon tabs, I can see I don't have a Developers tab. So if I go to this list here and tick Developers and click OK, I now have a Developers tab. The Developers tab is for those PowerPoint users who like to work with macros and code and who like to create forms with various controls. So if that's you, turn on the Developers tab in your ribbon. But I'll go back to the Home tab. Now the other part of the screen that I want to draw attention to is the status bar at the bottom of your screen. The status bar is this panel that runs across the bottom that says Slide 1 of 1, and to the right hand side it's got 4 view buttons and some zoom buttons. I particularly like the zoom in button, which when I click the plus it zooms in and allows me to see more clearly when you're visually challenged like myself. I can also hit the minus to zoom out. If I drag the slider, I can zoom up to the maximum of 400%, and I can drag it to the left and zoom down to the minimum of 10%. If I click on the percentage, I can actually set the percent to 100%, which is normal actual size. So I'll change it to 100. Now the fact that these are visible is because they have been turned on. The status bar in PowerPoint 2010 can be customized. If I right click the status bar, I would ask you to ensure that you have all these options ticked. In fact, I'll just right click further over here. If I right click and I turn off the last 4 options, you'll see those options to the right of the status bar will disappear. As I untick them, they all slowly disappear. If you find certain things are missing from your status bar, right click your status bar and turn on everything. And then just click away.